Verse 23. He said to them, "You are from below, I am from above. You are of this world, I am not of this world." Right? So, yeah, just remember, I remember as a 6-year-old, actually I was still, I think, 5 years old at that stage in first grade. And we were singing about lifting our hands up to God kind of idea. And I was then thinking, but how does this work? Because I'm on this side of the world, and people on the other side of the world, and the earth is round, unlike what the flat earthers believe. And if I lift up my hands in that direction, other people on the other side lift up in different directions. So where's above? Okay, so it's not as if now I'm standing in Malaysia, right? And I say, God is above. But I point in that direction, and someone on the other side of the world, right, directly, if you go bore a hole through here, which you can't, they will say, but they will point in a different direction. So we're pointing in 180 degrees opposite directions. So where's above? Right? Above depends on where you are at that moment, kind of idea, right? So is that truly above? Postmodernity. So what did Jesus mean? Did he mean that really God is up there somewhere? But God is everywhere, omnipresent. So it's not as if he's up there somewhere. He's here as well. He's on the other side. He's everywhere. Okay, not in everything. I maybe say that we're not pantheists, right? But he's in everything. I mean, he's not in everything. Sorry, again, we're not pantheists. He's everywhere, omnipresent. Okay, so he's not there and not here, for example. But then I can't touch God. It's impossible. Like I'm kind of touching atoms, but I mean, there's no way I can see it. So sometimes just there's a reality, and maybe when Jesus comes back, what will happen is we'll just take away our 3-dimensional, 4-dimensional kind of view, and because time is a 4th dimension, but he will show us a spiritual dimension as well, and maybe then like the 5th dimension, or maybe that has 6 dimensions, and then we'll be able to say, oh yeah, really, yeah, we can see, kind of. Okay, and that as well answers this question from atheists about if Jesus moved to the speed of light, then how far is he at the moment from us? Kind of, can he even be in heaven yet, or where is heaven, or is it just up there? Kind of idea, right? Because they're thinking in an earthly way. This is what Jesus is speaking about here. He's not speaking about up and down, right? He's speaking of more a spiritual, in the spiritual sense of he is above, you are below, you are because you're from the earth. That's just plain simply what he is. Because you're from this world. I'm not of this world. Right? He is a full human being, so in that sense he is of the world. But the world in this sense is the sinful dead world. They are the sinful dead world. Like Jesus is going to. I mean, there are different ways Jesus used the word world in the Gospel of John. We've seen in 3:16 and. World. I mean, it's not that God loved the world and therefore we go in the sun. So is this piece that I'm standing on, God loved this, but man, this thing standing on it, God didn't love. Now we know in that sense, you're speaking of humans, right? So there's different ways how Jesus used the word world in this book. And so when he speaks of you are of the world, he's speaking now here of the sinful world. So therefore, God is not of the sinful world. I am not of the sinful world. Okay? So I'm a fully human, but I'm not sinful human. So therefore I'm not of the world. Like you are of this world. So therefore you can't come. You'll die in your sin. It's not about me committing suicide or something like that, right? And you not committing suicide. But it's because you're sinners. That's all. Simple. You're of the world. That's why as well I say, these days the difference between the church and the world. You don't know where the church starts and the world ends anymore. It used to be light and day difference. You don't know anymore. So you see in that sense as well, I speak of world, not as the thing I'm standing on, right, but as the sinful, the sinners, those hating God, those slaves to sins, right, and the church as those who are set free. You can't see the difference anymore, unluckily. Verse 24, I told you that you would die in your sins, for unless you believe that I am He, you will die in your sins. Right? Like I just told you, before you asked a stupid question about where he's going, kind of idea. Is he going to commit suicide? I told you you're going to die in your sins, right? I mean, I gave you the answer of what I'm saying. This is again not higher mathematics here. This is simple stuff, right? But if you don't believe in me, right, you will just die in your sins. That's that, right? That's a problem. You don't believe in me. Okay? And that is the thing that's important. Like, if you don't believe in me, you're going to die in your sins. Simple. Very, very simple. And he said it a number of times. So like getting back to the eating the flesh and the drinking of the blood kind of idea, right? Because before it he spoke about belief. That is what it's pointing towards. It's believing in him, not taking part in communion. Believing in him, not eating real blood and flesh, right? Drinking real blood kind of idea, or eating real flesh. You'll die if you don't believe in him. You'll die in your sins. Right, so this is not universalism. We'll say everyone will be saved, right? Because then Jesus is a liar. You're a universalist, you call Jesus a liar. Man up to it. Because you said you're going to die in your sins. Now, if it's not possible for them, if all will be saved, then what Jesus is saying here is clearly a lie, because then their sins will be forgiven and they will be in heaven. But he's saying you're going to die in your sins. If you die in your sins, you go to hell. Full stop. Okay, so universalists as well. The ones I can attack today. Well, maybe I just say speak out against. It's nonsense, right? That people, Jesus said here, there are people who can't come where he is. Not now, and maybe in the future they can. He said they can't come there at all. So if you say universalist, you're calling Jesus a liar, so man up to that. Okay, then I don't know what the hell you believe in, because if Jesus is a liar, then there's no salvation for anyone. And there goes your universalism. Well, I mean, at least then your universalism holds true, because everyone, lo and behold, Jesus included, will go to hell, because he's a liar. And where go sinners go? To hell. Full stop. Okay. Yeah. So that is what you need to do. You need to believe in him, otherwise you'll die in your sins. Verse 25. So they said to him, "Who are you?" Jesus said to them, "Just what I've been telling you from the beginning." So saying, they asked him earlier, "Where are you from then?" Okay, and now they're asking, "So who are you?" He gave them answer to that question, well, in his way, understandably, Jesus' way, always. In the right way, not their way. And so now they try a different attack. "So who are you? Tell us clearly." And Jesus is like, I've been telling you from the beginning. This is not Gnosticism. This is not hidden knowledge. I've been clear about it from the beginning. Moses wrote about me. There's nothing here is hidden. Nothing is hidden. This is not Gnosticism. That's why it's so absurd for me to think that the Gnostics, because they misunderstood the books, and then the theologians say, the Gnostics and stuff like that, they misunderstand the book, because this is not hidden knowledge. This is what he's saying here. I've been clear about this from the beginning. I'm not hiding anything here. Right? It's just that you are going to die in your sins because you're sinners. Your deeds are evil. You don't want to know. That's all. Okay, so before I melt here, I think it's time to move somewhere else.